Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and as you look forward to Christmas time, I want to share with you 10 survivalist Christmas ideas for you or for one of your loved ones. Maybe you're looking at getting into survivalism and preparedness, or maybe you're married to someone who is and are looking for some cool ideas. I'm going to walk you through 10 of them today. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I am an expert on survival techniques and preparedness. I say that I'm about a 10% doomsday prepper, much more into camping, the outdoors, and being in the backcountry, but there's some overlap there. But yeah, let's jump right in. All of the items that I'll be talking about today are listed below in the video's description, so if you're interested in learning more, looking at the reviews, or buying them, that'll all be down there. When it comes to survival and preparedness, there's kind of two ways to look at things. You can either think of hunkering down, and you can think of getting out away from people. I would say most people are going to hunker down, but we'll just start with the first item, which is the largest and most expensive, and that is this. This is the Jacky 1000. This is a giant portable battery. That's basically what it is. It has a built-in AC converter, so anything that you would plug into like a household outlet can be plugged into this, and it can run most things. It just depends on how long you want to run things for. One of the things that I really like about the Jacky is that even if it's not a doomsday scenario, you can still use it for when your power goes out and things like that. And so I have two of these. I have a smaller one that I use for my router for my Wi-Fi when the power goes out, and then I plug everything else into this. You've seen me use this on a lot of other videos because I use it to run a heating blanket when I'm camping at the off-grid property. This is a great gift idea for anyone who is looking at a power option, especially at your house, and then you can use it while camping and other times as well. The downside is that it's expensive, but it runs forever. Additionally, paired with it is one of Jacky's solar panels. This is a 100-watt panel. I've found that if it's a super sunny day, then you can recharge the entire Jacky within one day. And so if you use it at night, you can charge it during the day. It also allows you to run things while you're charging it, which is great too. The second item that I want to share with you is a great knife. Now, you can find a million different knives on the internet. Here's what I would recommend. I like this knife because of a few things. One is that it's a fixed blade, which means that the blade runs all the way through and is connected to the frame all the way through the knife. It doesn't fold, which is like a weak point in many knives, but it's super sturdy. It's got a great grip. It's kind of got a rubberized grip to really hold on tight to it, and when your hands are wet or cold, you're not going to drop it. And so I've used this knife deer hunting. I have butchered animals with it. I've cut down trees with it. It's fantastic, but it's multi-purpose, and for a survival type scenario, it has built into it a fire starter here on the end, like a striker, a flint. It's got a knife sharpener on the back. It's got a whistle built into the strap here, and so this is a great all-around knife. But really, just any knife is kind of, I think, the #1 item that you need for a survival situation. The third item for your Christmas list is this right here. This is the LifeStraw water bottle. If you don't know what LifeStraw is, it's basically a filter that you suck water through, and it cleans your water, purifies it so that you can drink from like a stream or a source on the ground and not worry about the contaminants making you sick to your stomach. And so this is the actual LifeStraw, and you can buy these separately, so to where you can, scoop up water and drink out of it, or just drink it straight from the ground. But what I like about this is if you're on the go and you're moving, you just scoop water in, close it up, and you can drink it. You don't have to be pumping water to purify it. I've done that, and be pushing the water through the filter. When you actually suck the water through the straw, that's what filters it. This will save you so much time, especially in the backcountry, but in a survival situation. The next item on the list is a great pair of hiking shoes. Now, these are Merrell's, so these are like $80 or so. And what you're going to find is that these will go forever. They have a ton of grip on the bottom, almost like cleats, like sports cleats, and you can go forever. And as you can see, there's some debate if you should have hiking shoes that raise up above your ankles or not. And there's kind of, I guess, pros and cons to both. I would say no. Ankle support is important. You don't want to get injured out in the backcountry or in a survival type scenario, but these, if you're not used to wearing hiking boots, these wear much more like tennis shoes or sneakers, and you're gonna find them much more comfortable. You're not gonna be rolling your ankles all the time. And honestly, like, they weigh more than regular shoes, and so they're gonna take a little bit of getting used to, but that extra weight on the top, I just don't think is worth it. It'd feel kind of awkward. So a good pair of hiking shoes. Next on the list is probably a no-brainer for most, and that is a great compass. Now, even a low-quality compass is infinitely better than no compass at all, because they all work the same. Some of them have little dials and adjustments in here for you to find your direction and stuff. These are super cheap. They're everywhere. I use the one on my phone the most, but in a survival scenario, it may not work. You may be out of battery, so get a good compass, something that you can, that locks up in itself and that you can hang from your kit or put in your bag. The next item on the list is this right here, which is a Write in Rain pad. These pages are waterproof, and you can find waterproof pens and pencils as well to pair it with. And this allows things to get wet but still be visible. And as you're taking notes about where you are or things you need to remember, supplies you need to pack, this is just invaluable. And you don't have to worry about it getting wet or humidity kind of messing with the pages. This has been in my bug out bag here for a couple years, and I mean, and it just feels like it's straight off the press. There's no wrinkling or moisture in it. So get a good Write in Rain pad. Next on the list is a good but small first aid kit. Now, I kind of make my own. This is like a pre-made one that I added some things in it, but this is the one that I made myself. Earplugs, in my opinion, are a must, especially for sleeping at night if you're in a survival situation. Maybe you want to hear everything that's going on, but a good snake bite kit is also really important, especially for me here in West Tennessee and in the southeast United States. And then just all your antiseptics and over-the-counter medicines and some bandages are in here too. I don't have a tourniquet here, which I know some would argue is super important in a survival situation, but as far as gift ideas, a good first aid kit I think is, you know, very cheap, very easy, or you can just make one yourself and make it for your loved one for Christmas. It's a very thoughtful way of doing that. Next on the list is food. Now, my go-to survival food is beef jerky because it's great for you, high in protein, and it lasts forever in a bag. It doesn't really go bad. It takes a long time to go bad. The only downside is that it makes you thirsty, so you need a lot of water. But I do get a lot of questions, and maybe I'll do a video on it at some point, is MREs. That's meals ready to eat. This is like your generic over-the-counter. You buy it at your big box store. Mountain House is the brand. I've eaten every variety of these when I've done backcountry camping. And let me tell you, the lasagna with meat sauce is the best. Now, it's not fantastic because no dehydrated food is going to be fantastic, but it's kind of like Chef Boyardee or something like that. And so MRE is really important in a survival situation. I have just a stack of them, and if something happened where we would need them, they're there, and before they expire, I just take them camping with me. So it doubles up, and in my mind, it's a no-brainer. The second to last item for Christmas is a good length of high-quality paracord. Paracord is super cheap. You can get it anywhere, really, and like this little string here holds 450 pounds. So I weigh 195, so this could hold 2 people dangling from it. That's its strength. It's insane. And it's a lot of tiny little microfibers that are wound together to give it its strength. I like bright orange. I like it super easy to see. It just helps setting up camp and things like that. There's a million uses. You could use it as a tourniquet. You could use it, as I did in my survival video for my bug out bag. I used it to build my tent. There's so many uses for Paracord. In my mind, it's a no-brainer. I've used these to, I've knotted them into like keychains with carabiners and stuff and make them a little more fashionable. In fact, I carry one on my backcountry camping bag at all times. Paracord, it's an easy thing to get someone for Christmas. The final item for the survivalist Christmas list is a bag. Now, I would recommend not just like your run-of-the-mill backpack, but an actual hiking or outdoor bag. This is a small bag that I use for my bug out bag, my get home bag, and it's got one sling on it. I've made 3 videos on this bag so far and kind of surviving out of it. But I like this bag because it's green, it's subtle, it kind of blends into the surroundings a little bit while I'm walking, and it carries everything that I need for mine. I have a Toyota Tacoma. It's a small truck, so keep that in mind if you're buying a bag for a loved one that maybe they're going to carry in their vehicle, you know, at all times in case of an emergency. My truck is small, so I need a small bag. There's just no room. I have 3 kids in the back seat. It's just not going to happen otherwise. And so get one that is high quality. The zippers are really good and strong. You want a little bit of padding in the back with some areas for ventilation. And then one of the things that I also like about this bag, even though I don't really utilize it, is this on the outside. These are little nylon straps. They're kind of fixed in place, and you might hear someone use the word MOLLE, M-O-L-L-E, and basically it's just these fixed hooking areas. So if you have like smaller bags like this right here, I wouldn't do this because this is, you know, a piece of junk essentially this case is, but you can just use it to hook onto the outside of your bag. So if you have like a modular system with a lot of carabiners and straps, then you don't have to think about it. You can just throw stuff on the bag and get out in a survival situation. So a good bag is super important. Lots of storage. Keep it incognito. So there you have it. That's my top 10 wannabe survivalist Christmas wish list items. Man, that's hard to say. And thank you to one of my subscribers, Joy, who gave me this idea. What a fun time today reviewing these products and hopefully giving you some cool gift ideas for this year. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving and a very Merry Christmas filled with the love of Jesus. And remember, God's creation is meant to be explored.